Welcome, everyone. We're beginning today sitting cross legged, and I invite you to pull the flesh back behind your sit bones. And then, if you're comfortable closing your eyes, I invite you to do that. See if you might let the shoulders drop down a little and let the belly fall open. Let the sit bones be heavy. Without changing your breath, just begin to notice your breath. And you might see that you automatically did change it just by noticing it. That's fine. And then just lean slightly forward so you're at the front of your sit bones. And just notice how the breath feels. And then lean back so that you're behind your sit bones. Not a whole lot. Notice how the breath feels. Notice if there's any tension or holding in the body. And then find your way to the center. How does it feel here? Is it easier to breathe? Harder to breathe? No difference. Is it easier to relax the body? Harder? No difference. And then start to breathe more deeply, filling the belly, filling the ribs, filling the chest. Feeling expansive as you inhale, and relaxed as you exhale. See if you can maintain this same breath and release your legs and extend them out in front. Staying with your breath, you can either have your arms forward, cross your hands on your chest, or have your arms up in increasing order of difficulty. You decide. We're going to slowly lower all the way down onto the back. See if your body wants to inhale or exhale or both. And then once your head touches down, come right back up. Tuck your chin. Press your heels into the ground. Peel yourself up. And then inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, take the arms up. And then take whatever arm position you want and lower slowly down. Keep breathing. Support the movement with your breath. And then coming up, exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, over. Inhale, up. And lower down. And just continue like that. Inhaling at the bottom so that you're coming up on an exhale. Inhaling at the top, reaching up. And exhaling over. And the next time you are in your seated forward bend, stay there. Flex your feet strongly. Press forward through your heels. Push down through your thighs. As you inhale, lengthen your spine like you're trying to straighten it out and move your heart toward your feet. As you exhale, draw the belly in. On your next inhale, roll up, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down behind you with the fingers pointing toward your buttocks. And I'll give you some options, but for either one, we want the fingers spread wide. I'm going to rotate the hands away from each other. The hands aren't actually moving, but you're going to kind of feel like you're turning them away from each other. And bring the shoulder blades in toward the spine as you do that. So one option is to stay like this and then lift the hips and press the toes toward the ground and drop your head back. And modifying it to make it easier is to bend the knees and come into an upward facing table instead of an upward facing plank. Decide for yourself. Lift your tailbone toward the sky. Drop your head back if that's comfortable for you. Beautiful. And then lower the buttocks back down. And then if your legs were straight, bend the knees. Take the feet nice and wide apart. And then drop them from side to side. Okay. And then when the knees land on the left, leave them there. Bring the right foot in line with the right knee. Bring the right knee in line with the right hip so you have all right angles. Good. And then lift your hips, tuck your tailbone under, and lay down, trying to keep your knee down toward the floor. Send your right arm overhead. You might want to place your left foot on top of your right knee to add some stretch. You might not need that. You might have plenty already. And just breathe deep and slow. And then lift the knees up and lift the body back up. I'm going to start from the seated posture again. Let the knees fall the other way. And then line up the foot with the knee. Line up the knee with the hip. And then try to keep your knee down and lower onto your back. Send your left arm overhead. And you can deepen the stretch if you want by putting your right foot on top of your left knee, bringing that knee down. Nice, long, deep breaths. Try to relax with your exhale. Expand with your inhale. And release the foot if it was on the knee. Lift yourself back up. And then bring the heels together with the feet flexed, creating a square inside of your legs. So not a diamond with the feet closer in or with the feet closer out, but a perfect square. And pull the flesh of your buttocks back behind your sit bones again. And inhale up. And exhale over. Now take the weight out of your hands and arms. Breathe spaciousness into your body. Exhale and draw the navel in. Release all the air out. Relax your head. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. Every time you exhale, just collapse into it. See if you're holding on. Try to let go. Are your hands as relaxed as they could be? What about your arms? What about your mind? Feel your breath. Walk the hands over to the right Have the right hand beside you, not necessarily right next to you, but kind of in line with your buttock. And then push into your right hand so that you can sink back into your left sit bone. And then walk the fingers of the left arm out long on the diagonal. Walk the hands over to the other side. Press the left hand into the ground, sinking into the right sit bone. And then come center. Roll yourself up, reach up, inhale. Exhale, release the arms, straighten the legs, shake them out. And then cross your feet so that you can flip over them and come onto hands and knees. Bring the hands about one hand's length in front of the shoulders. And I'm going to offer the downward dog, upward dog version of our spinal movement. If you prefer, your hands can be under the shoulders and you can do a cat and cow. Or if you prefer, you can do plank, upward dog, then downward dog. So on your exhale, curl the toes and come into downward dog. And then you'll either inhale and flip over into the top of your feet and come right into upward dog, or come into plank and then exhale and lower, and then inhale into upward dog, or stay in cat and cow. Find what works for you. The next time you come into downward dog, please stay there. If you're doing cat and cow, please join us in downward dog on your next exhale. Press forward into your fingers. Press back with your thighs. Down with your heels. Let your head relax down. So your head is not necessarily in between your arms. It's hanging toward the floor. Press forward into your fingers. Lengthen back through your sit bones. Sink your heart. Breathe belly, ribs, chest. And then lift the right leg, bend the knee, roll your belly open to the right, look under your right armpit. Flex your right foot and really push back with your foot. And then we'll step that right foot up to the outside of the right hand. Really straighten that left leg strongly, pressing back into the left heel. Bring the tailbone forward and sink the hips down. Breathe deep and slow. And then drop the left hip even more. Bring your right hand to your right knee. Press the right knee over toward the left. And then turn and look over your right shoulder, coming into a twist. Lengthen your spine. Bring your head back to center. Bring your right hand back down. And then hook the back of your right shoulder inside your right knee. And then heel toe your foot back until you can lift that foot off the ground. So you're kind of hooking the arm underneath and then stepping the foot back and lifting the knee, lifting the foot. And then go ahead and step that right foot back. If you can stack it on top of your left foot, go ahead. If not, you can put it in front or behind. We're going to come into a side plank. You can have your left knee down if you need to modify. And then we're going to take the right arm overhead instead of straight up in the air. I'm going to stretch the side body nice and long. So reaching the right arm toward your computer screen. And bring the hand down, coming into plank. Bring the knees down. Bring the chest down, bring the chin down, coming into 8 points pose. Your chest needs to be far enough away from your knees so that it can actually touch down, but you're not laying on your body. So your buttocks is in the air. The 8 points of 8 points pose are your feet, your knees, your hands, your chest, and your chin. Also called middle spine adjustment. Exhale and relax the spine into the ground. Now squeeze the elbows alongside the body, push into your hands, and press yourself up. Relax your toes. We're all going to be in a modified plank with the knees on the ground. And bend the elbows and lower slowly back down. Push into the hands and lift yourself up. If you want to do this with your knees off the ground in a full plank, you're welcome to. Let's do 2 more. Pressing up one last time. Curl the toes under. Come into downward dog. Drop the spine, drop the head. Focus on your breath to help you drop the thinking. Lift the left leg up, bend the knee, roll your belly open to the left. Look under your left armpit. Flex your left foot and press the foot back into the space behind you, over to the right. Feel how much of your body is being stretched open and try to breathe into that open space. And then turn your head back to center. Step your left foot up to the outside of your left hand. Dropping your hips as low as they'll go without bending that back knee. Straighten the back knee all the way, pushing back through the heel, really engaging that straight leg. And then aim the tailbone forward and drop the hips some more. Hips down, down, down. And then bring your left hand to the outside of your left knee and press it over to the right as you turn your ribs to the left and look over your left shoulder towards the wall behind you. Letting your right hip dip down. Bring the hand back down to the ground. Tuck the arm to the back of the knee area and then bring the foot back till you can lift the foot up off the ground. And then step that left foot back, stack it on top of the right one if you can. If not, have it on the floor in front or behind. You can have your right knee down if you want to modify. And come into side plank and reach the left arm overhead, reaching out through the left foot. So we get a long stretch through the side body. And bring the hand back down, coming into plank for a moment. Have the knees come down, come into child's pose. Just rest, folding over. If your head doesn't come to the ground, please support your head with hands or fists. If not, the arms fold alongside the body so that the shoulders can relax. And let the torso rest on the thighs. Let the arms melt over the outside of the legs. And see where the breath finds space within this posture. Feel the expansion, feel the letting go. And then place your hands under your shoulders, lift your head, Stay on the tops of your feet. So nothing is changing about your feet. You're going to bring your fingertips to the ground on either side of your thighs. Press down into your fingertips and lift the knees. We're not curling the toes under. We're not curling the toes under. Keeping the feet just as they are. And we're just lifting the knees, stretching the fronts of the feet. Steady your breath. And release down. And then lift your buttocks off your heels, curl your toes under, and come into a squat. And then lift your torso, keep your knees bent. Send the arms up. Heels are on the ground. Sit bones sinking down. Shoulders roll down away from the ears. See if you can reach up through the fingers without lifting the shoulders toward the ears. So you're activating your arms, but keeping the shoulders down. And then as you're reaching up, also sink down. Let your sit bones drop. Let your tailbone drop. Lower the arms, but keep the legs as they are. Shift weight into your left foot. Open your eyes and gaze at a spot in front of you. And then bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh, keeping that knee bent. Flex your right foot. And then draw a line with your eyes from the place that you were looking at in front of you down to the ground, all the way toward your left foot as you fold over your legs. Your hands can hang. You can rest one hand on your knee and the other hand on your foot. That right hand can come inside the triangle created by your legs and wrap the hands around the shin, calf. Scoop your lower belly in and up. And standing, release the foot down. Take a moment resting the legs just by keeping them straight. And then we'll bend the knees again. Shifting weight into the right foot. Feel your breath, steady and slow. Look at a spot in front of you and be very, very deliberate in your movements as you lift that left foot up on top of the right thigh. And then draw a line with your eyes from your gaze point down to the floor, down toward your right foot as you fold over your legs. finding any arm position that works for you. And lift yourself up. Release your left foot. And just stand for a moment. Straight legs. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. And then step the legs wide apart. Turn the right foot 90 degrees out. Turn the left foot 45 degrees in. And then even though the body wants to be moved over toward the right, see if you can still face front, whatever front is for you. Inhale, take the arms out to the side. Exhale, reach forward through the right arm. Reach, 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 reach. And then let the right arm drop down. Let it glide down your leg. Send the left arm up. Turn your gaze up to your left thumb. And then as you inhale, push down into your feet and lengthen out of your ribs and your spine. As you exhale, drop your left ribs toward your right ribs. Inhale, try to lengthen your right ribs. Exhale, sink. Stay with it in your own timing, your own breath. And then lift yourself up. Turn the feet to face front. And then fold over your right leg. Press down into the feet. Lift the right sit bone and the crease at the top of the right thigh. Spill your torso over your leg. And then bring the left hand right up to your right foot. If you don't reach the floor, then onto your leg or a block. Bring your right hand onto your right hip. And then as you inhale, straighten and lengthen your spine, pulling your right hip back and sending your chest forward. And then as you exhale, turn and rotate to the right. Send your right arm up, gazing at your thumb. Breathing deeply in, twisting as you exhale. Release the arm down. Walk your hands center. Bring both hands onto your hips, both elbows toward the sky. Flat back, lift yourself up. Breath in, breath out. Turn the left foot 90 degrees out. Turn the right foot 45 degrees in. Turn your belly to face front. Send your arms out to the side. Inhale and reach wide. Exhale, stretch forward through your left arm. Forward, not down. Forward, reach, 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 reach. And then let the arm come down. The right arm float up. Good. And then as you inhale, lengthen both sides of the body. Really feel that left rib cage expanding. And then as you exhale, let the right ribs drop down toward the left ribs. As you inhale, think about moving the left armpit away from the left hip. Exhale, sink, gazing up at your thumb. Keeping the hips in line with the feet and in line with the shoulders and in line with the head. If the hips are behind you, it'll feel like you're going further in the posture, but you're actually going less deep. You're not getting the stretch that is intended if the hips are behind you. Better to do less and get more. Okay. Come up, turn the feet to face forward, and fold over your left leg. Let your spine be like a waterfall trickling down the mountain of your leg. Scoop the lower belly in and up. And then bring the right hand right up near the left foot. If the hand doesn't come to the ground, you can just place it on the leg itself. Bring the left hand to the left hip, and then straighten your spine and lengthen it, pulling back through the hip and forward through the heart. And then exhale and bring those right ribs under you. Roll yourself open to the left. Float the left arm up, coming into diagonal angular pose, standing twist. Bring the hand down, walk both hands to center, clasp your hands behind your back, and lift the hands up. Let the shoulder blades sink in toward the spine. Drop your head down, push down into your feet, lift your kneecaps up, lift your hip creases up, let your hands float forward, folding the shoulder blades in toward each other. Sometimes it can be helpful to feel like you're pulling your hands apart, and that can help the shoulder blades come in. Release the hands, place them on your hips. Bring the elbows to face the sky. Flatten your back and lift yourself up with a flat back. Step your feet together, hip width apart. Hands still on the hips. Bring the elbows in toward each other, behind you. Lift up through your chest. Lift up through your eyes. Drop your head back. And lift your head up. Release your left hand down your left leg. Inhale the right arm up. And exhale, slide your left hand down your left leg. And then push down into your right foot and reach out of your right fingers. Roll your gaze up. And then lift your left heel. Inhale up. Exhale the arm down. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, slide the right hand down your leg. Reach the left arm across. Bend as deeply as you can. Press down into your left foot. Lengthen out through your left fingers. Deep breath. Lift your right heel. And then inhale up. Keep that left arm lifted. Take the right arm up as well. We're going to exhale and fold halfway forward, framing the head inside the arms, bringing the torso parallel to the ground. Press down into your feet. Lift the creases at the tops of your thighs. Stretch forward through your head. Breathe deep and slow. Flat back. And release over, coming into a standing forward bend. And then just move your sit bones a little bit from side to side, but kind of like you're moving your right sit bone back, and that'll shift your hips a little bit to the left, and then your left sit bone back, and that'll shift your hips a little bit to the right. And see if you can do this while keeping your knees straight. And then bend your knees. Take hold of opposite elbows. Sway from side to side. Letting the hips go one way and the elbows go the other way. Framing the head inside the arms. And then come back to center. Release your hands. Bend your knees. Lower your buttocks down. Bring your hands behind you and come onto your buttocks. And then with your arms out in front or crossed on your chest or up overhead, slowly lower yourself onto the ground with your knees bent. Have your feet hip width apart and your ankles under your knees. Your palms down on either side of your hips. Take a breath in, and then when you exhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, roll your shoulders under, and if you can clasp your hands in the opposite way that you want to. So whatever thumb wants to be on the outside, put the other thumb on the outside. If your hands don't clasp under you, grab hold of the sides of your mat And then just pull the sides toward your feet. Really be on your shoulders here. Press forward into your feet. Try to get the hips a little higher. Press forward into your shoulders. Get the ribs a little higher. And then breathe. Fill your belly. Fill your ribs. Fill your chest. If it feels helpful to feel like you're pulling your hands apart, go ahead and try that. Release the hands and lay your spine down slowly from the top vertebra all the way down to the bottom. And then just lift your head and reach your hands past your thighs. Press your low back into the ground. Pull your belly toward your spine. And then slowly lay yourself back down. Lift your hips, tuck them under. Release your legs, shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, place that on your eyes. And then we'll rest the arms out away from the body. Let the legs rest out away from each other. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Release the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, sinking. Releasing the jaw. Feeling the lips slightly parting. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth. Relaxing and releasing the activity of the mind. So we give the mind something else to do by bringing our full attention to the breath. Just see where in your body you most easily feel the breath. Don't assume that it's someplace. Just check in. Where do you feel the breath most easily? And then let go of the breath and see if you can maintain your attention on the breath without exerting any control over it. Just letting the breath breathe for you and accompanying it with a curious attention, not judging, not fixing, just witnessing, relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rocking gently side to side. Feeling the ground massaging your back. Come center up hand to hand and foot to foot. And then roll onto your side. Rest your head on your underside arm. Rest your body on the ground. And rest your mind in whatever you're feeling right now. Really feel into it. Take it in without needing it to be otherwise. Just bringing loving attention to what is. And then slowly press yourself up to sitting any way that you're comfortable. Sinking down through the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale the hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste. Thank you.